But speaking of shopping, one high-profile producer is looking for his next big deal. That is Ryan Murphy. He is the producer behind big shows like Dahmer, American Horror Story, The Watcher. He is leaving his 5-year deal with Netflix and reportedly is going to Disney, where he'll be reunited with Dana Walden. She's the co-chairman of entertainment, close friend and confidant of Murphy. From what I've read, it's not super surprising that Murphy is reportedly going to Disney, considering he has ties to that company through 20th Century Fox, FX. But it does signal to me a new era for Netflix, because Murphy was one of those creators early on who scored these big, huge deals, a reported $300 million for 5 years. Shonda Rhimes, another one of those, $100 million multi-year deal as well. So you wonder if Netflix is going to continue that approach, or if they're going to be a little more selective and pull back a bit.
So that's my big question here. Would you invest in writers or actors if you're trying to attract people to your streaming service right now, right? Because I looked it up. The reports for Adam Sandler's deal for 4 movies was $250 million. Obviously, Adam Sandler's huge. I was a big Adam Sandler fan when Adam Sandler made the more popular movies, over 15 years ago now. I haven't loved the Netflix movies, and I would not get Netflix to watch those movies. So I don't know if that's the play versus having a writer that's going to write something like Dahmer, write one of those TV series that we talk about a lot. It seems like that makes more sense to me than just getting a big name actor.
Well, back in, was it 3 years ago when he signed that deal, Murphy?
5 years.
5 years ago. That was like the heyday of Hollywood showrunners making tons of money. The streaming money was coming out the wazoo. We all three could have pitched a show and made some money off it.
It set off an arms race, really, across all the streaming services.
Shonda Rhimes, like you said, Murphy, huge guns that they brought into Netflix to sort of boost their offerings. And now it's like, maybe that wasn't so worth it. Plus, because there's a mixed track record there, right, with Murphy and Netflix.
Right.
So now he's going back to where he was very successful, working with Dana Waldman, right? So we'll see if that works out. But I think you're right. I think it's the actors versus the showrunners.
Oh no, I would take the writer.
No, that's the debate, and I think it's the showrunners that are the ones you want.
I think it's risky in general, because just because you invest in a really popular writer, producer, actor, that doesn't necessarily mean that their content, that their shows are going to explode. And we saw that with Murphy. Really, his only 2 shows that took off at Netflix were The Watcher and Dahmer. He had a lot of other shows, Hollywood, The Politician. They just did not do that well. And Dahmer, that was towards the end of his 5-year deal.
So was The Watcher.
So was The Watcher. So you have to wonder that it's more so the show and whether or not that can take off in a certain way rather than...
You were hitting on what it means for Netflix. I'm curious what it means for Disney, though, too, when you think about, would they let him write a Watcher-style show or a Dahmer-style show that goes on Disney Plus? So then you're getting more of the adult side of Disney Plus. Maybe you put it into, I'm totally spitballing here now, right? I'm going down that rabbit hole, but then you get more of an adult side of Disney Plus, and you get the parents to actually want to use Disney Plus more, rather than it just being mainly for your kids and for like superhero movies and stuff. You get those kind of drama TV shows.
Or Hulu, right?
Yeah, you try one out on Disney Plus there, or you put it on Hulu. I think that'd be an interesting side that I'm not sure Disney Plus really has as a consumer.
And real quickly here, Dahmer is going to have a season 2. There's a season 2 iteration of that, and Ryan Murphy is still going to produce that for Netflix, even though he's reportedly going over to Disney. So perhaps that's something that's worked into his contract.